Welcome to today's webinar on Take Charge of Your Website. I'm your presenter, Greg Jameson. Now, before we get started, I actually want to ask you a simple question. What do these websites all have in common? Now, you'll probably recognize the Facebook, YouTube, and Amazon logos up there. And when I've asked this question in the past, people have given me all kinds of answers like, well, they were all started by technical geniuses. They're easily recognized logos that make a funny emoticon, and they're all worth a lot of money. Those things are all true, but that's not really the answer that I'm looking for. Now, other people have dug a little bit deeper and come up with some of these types of answers as to what Amazon, Facebook, and YouTube all have in common. That they all mine your data. They all have some type of customer review system. They rely on others to build their content for them. And they all get a lot of traffic. We're getting closer with those kind of answers. But as we look at those types of answers, the real question is why? Why do they all get a lot of traffic? And the answer is that every time you visit them, the content on their site is different. The content is personalized, it's timely, and it's relevant. Let's take a look here as an example for Facebook. And we've got this page on Facebook, the news feed. Now, what would happen if that's what I saw today? And then I came back tomorrow and I saw the exact same content. How about if I came back a week from now and I saw the exact same content? Maybe I came back a month from now and saw the exact same content on Facebook. What about next year? Okay, so what makes you think that your site is any different? Hey, newsflash for you, it isn't. If you don't provide constantly changing, personalized, timely, and relevant content, do not expect people to return to your site on a regular basis. See, here's the thing. 45% of online shoppers are more likely to shop on a site that offers personalized recommendations. Think for a minute, if you had your site, it's the same site, but you were providing different content for different users. Well, I'm going to start out teaching you something here already, and that is that there is a WordPress plugin called If So. And basically what this does is it allows you to look at things like who the referring website was, how many page visits they've had on your website, what language they're in, what their location is, whether they're on a computer, a tablet, a smartphone, if they're logged in or not, and what their profile is. This is all information that you can use to show different content to different people at different times of the day, at different days of the week, and perhaps totally mixing things up. You can get a copy of that right at webstoresltd.com/ifso. And all of those things are relating to what we're talking about today. You need to be able to take charge of your website. You want to be able to change your content as you need to change it and personalize it for everybody that comes and visits your website. Now you might be saying, whoa, wait a minute, that is going to be a lot of work, and I don't know that I've got the capacity to do that. Don't worry, that's what we're going to talk about in today's webinar. But before we go any further, let's take a step back, and you might be saying, well, just who is Greg Jameson and why should you listen to me? Well, this webinar is actually the culmination of a free 3-week training period that I've been putting on, and I've already gone into a lot of depth in the first week of that free training as to who I am. Now, you may not have seen that or seen it yet, so I'm going to tell you just a little bit about me here without going into a lot of the details. But as you can see on the screen here, I am a multiple-time #1 best-selling author. Over there on the left, you see a picture of me. That's also my mom with me, holding up my latest book, The Influencer Effect, which reached #1 on Amazon in multiple categories. I am an international speaker. I have developed 3 commercial software programs. They all remain on the market today. And I have created hundreds and hundreds of top websites. During this time, I have won multiple awards, including Colorado Small Business of the Year, Inc. 500, and International Developer of the Year. As I said, I have built hundreds of websites. Many of these are small businesses just like yours. Other ones are household names that you might recognize. But here's the thing. I didn't get there all by myself. Even though I've been building websites since 1995 and have created blogs, podcasts, I've taught at local colleges. I've worked alongside some of the most notable marketers in internet marketing, including Armin Morin, Ken MacArthur, Joel Comm, and others. As I said, I've taught at some of the local colleges. And I really am humbled that you are taking the time here to listen to my webinar today and see what I have to say. As I said, this is the culmination of a 3-week live video training where week 1 we talked about growing your business with a WordPress website. In week 2 we talked about attracting customers and selling without appearing to sell. And in week 3, we talked about internet marketing success without brain damage and time overload. In this video today, I want to take those topics and put it all together for you. Now, I really am encouraging you to stay with me till the end of this webinar because I'm going to give away a free gift, and I promise it's going to be worth it. But you have to be here live at the end. So stop all your multitasking and pay attention. You ready? Well, here we go. I love this quote by Seth Godin, which I had talked about in video 2, where it says that people do not buy goods and services, they buy relations, stories, and magic. Let me show you how you can do that. It's a special process. I have utilized the word magic that Seth talks about there and created an acronym that says marketing, attracting, gaining, and inspiring your customers. So here's the process on how to create that magic. First, you identify your ICA, or your ideal customer avatar. Next, you create an ideal customer avatar specific product page, and you create ads that are targeted at your ideal customer avatar. Let's go through this process here. So the first thing we want to do is create your ideal customer avatar or buyer persona. If you actually go to webstoreslimited.com/ICA, there is a questionnaire there that will help you to identify who your ICA is. And from that, you're going to create your buyer persona. You need to know exactly who your target customer is. And then what you're going to do is you're going to tell a story in all of your website posts, your product posts, your social media posts. You're going to tell a story to your ideal customer avatar. I suggest that you actually give this person a name. You identify who it is. Now, in this case here, you'll notice that I have chosen a scout leader. And the reason for that is that I run a website that is targeted at scout leaders. And I'm going to show you exactly how that ideal customer avatar plays into this whole process here. Now, the cool thing is that with your e-commerce website, specifically if you are utilizing WooCommerce, that I'm going to talk about here more in a little bit, you don't have to limit yourself to physical goods. It doesn't matter what you're selling, whether it be goods or services. The process is the same. So you can be selling wholesale. You can be selling reservations. You can have people be paying their bills online. How would you like for me to show you how step by step to create each of these product types? Well, that's just one of the things that you're going to learn in Web Stores University, which I'm going to talk about towards the end of this webinar. Right now, let's take a look at a physical product example. We have our buyer's persona, and rather than utilizing just a generic title like fake candles, we want to create a specific product title that is aimed right at that buyer persona. So we might have something like the perfect artificial candle that is ideal for fire restrictions or windy outdoor scout ceremonies. Now, as I said, I'm utilizing this example as a scout leader for this one website that I run. The next thing that you want to do is you want to show your product in context. Don't just take your manufacturer's photo on a plain background. Show images of the product that you are selling in context to tell a story to your specific buyer persona. In this case here, a scout ceremony. You will sell more when you show how the product is being used. Then you're going to include a short description. This is usually 100 words or less, and you're going to highlight the benefits in a quickly scannable form. Most shopping cart software allows you to include a short description, and the formula that you see up here is courtesy of Ray Edwards, one of the premier copywriters in the world, who has been responsible for generating hundreds of millions in revenues. Ray calls this your unique core thesis, and the structure is something like this when we think about scouts and candles. Any scout unit can now use candles as part of their ceremonies by using these faux candles because they are not only look real, but are 100% safe. Did you know that the average website only turns 0.2% of its visitors into customers? That means you need 500 qualified visitors just to make a single sale. A 2 to 5 minute video can increase that closing ratio by 40 times. Instead of 0.2%, your conversion rate could be 8%. So you're going to want to include videos on your product pages showing how the product is used. This video is going to be in addition to the photos, not instead of. Video is way underutilized on e-commerce websites. It is your opportunity to sell your product as if you were the salesperson face to face with the customer who walked into your physical brick and mortar store. Look, people like to watch the internet much more than they like to read the internet, so make a short 2-minute video about the product. Make sure you show how the product is being used, not just you standing there saying, well, we also offer these fake candles. If you're selling a cooking gadget, for example, create a video of you using the cooking gadget. You want to show the product in action. Then you're going to create a long description. The long description should include a story, specifications, and a call to action. The more powerful the customer's fantasy of owning the product, the more likely it is that they're going to buy it. So tell a story. This may be the most powerful tip I give you today. And you don't want to just tell any story, but one that is of specific interest to your ideal customer avatar. Think of product descriptions as storytelling and psychology, incorporating the elements of both prose writing and journalism. Now, I've heard all the excuses of why businesses don't give detailed product information, including those who claim that adding too much copy actually negatively impacts their sales. I call BS. When done correctly, more is better. Dan and Chip Heath, New York Times bestselling authors, tell us that after a presentation, 63% of attendees remember stories, while only 5% remember statistics. The same is true with sales copy, so tell a story. Remember, you are the expert on what you are selling. Your customer may know very little about your product. This is what content marketing is all about, providing content. People come to the internet looking for information, so give it to them. Don't hold back because you think you're being too verbose. It is highly unlikely that this is the case. So don't just use a short, terse description, but try to engage your buyer persona with something more interesting, like what you see on the screen here. Your product specifications are purely for informational purposes and are meant to get straight to the point. Shoppers will be looking for a spot on your product pages where they can find the following, ideally in bullet point or table form. Full dimensions, including height, weight, and depth. If the item is to be worn, sizing information. Materials used or included. The product's country of origin. Whether or not assembly is required. Whether or not additional parts are required, such as batteries. If it's a consumable product, what the ingredients are. Any warnings, hazards, or disclaimers. Links to any technical manuals, charts, or installation instructions as a PDF. For example, you can see the specifications that I've shown here for the artificial candle. Now, when you put all that together, yes, that description appears to be pretty long-winded, but studies have shown that longer copy sells more on the internet than short copy. In fact, the average word count of pages that ranked on the first page of Google for a given search term is a little over 2,000 words. The above copy is less than 400 words. So don't be afraid of saying too much. Invest the time to craft a detailed product description and target that description at the exact person, the buyer persona, who you are trying to sell to. This is going to pay huge dividends. And then you want a call to action. This is your chance to close the deal. In the example above, I suggest that they actually buy 12 candles, one for each point of the Scout Law. Make your call to action include a what-if question, such as, what if you don't purchase these candles? Well, you can continue to not have the ability to use candles at your ceremonies. You can continue to have your ceremonies be forgetful and uninteresting. Or you can choose to purchase these candles and make your Scout ceremonies something that the boys will remember for years to come. You see, we're not just talking about simply having an add to cart button, but we're asking them to buy. This approach can be used whether you're selling on a marketplace like Amazon, your own e-commerce website, or creating affiliate links where you're selling other people's products. And then you're going to want to get testimonials from other people who are just like your ideal customer avatar. You want to reinforce with social proof from people just like you. Now, we've talked here at the beginning about how you need to have new information on your website all the time, like every single day, whenever at least a new person is going to come back to your website. We've talked about creating these long, detailed product descriptions that include videos and stories. So the question is how do you cope? How do you succeed without brain damage and time overload doing all this? Well, COPE stands for Create Once and Publish Everywhere. And that's really the key to making this all work. You want to use various automation tools. For example, a really cool tool for WordPress websites is called MailPoet, where you can basically write a blog post and have that information automatically create a newsletter and go out to all of your subscribers. You can use plugins like Microblog Poster or Snap, which stands for Social Networks Auto Poster, and have the information when you write the blog post automatically go out to your various social channels like Twitter, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. For example, I recently wrote a blog post here called Affecting Behavior, and it showed up on the homepage of my website, so I'm getting new information showing up on my website. And then, utilizing those plugins, it automatically generated a newsletter and emailed it out to my entire list for me. And then it posted on things like Twitter, the same information. Created the content one time, everything else was automated. There's another really cool automation tool called IFTTT, which stands for If This, Then That, which allows you to do similar types of things. Perhaps you want to post something on Instagram and have it automatically post on Twitter or Pinterest for you. So you can do that by going to ifttt.com. Now, the next thing that we want to do here is to really amplify our message. And the way that we are going to do this is through digital ads. But to do this effectively, what you want to do is you want to target your buyer persona and then have those ads drive people to get on your email list. So you want to use your buyer persona, and essentially the demographic information of each persona is going to help you target your ads more efficiently and effectively and help you write more engaging copy for that particular persona. For example, if our persona is price conscious, advertising a sale or a discount to our ICA will likely be more effective than trying to advertise quality. We're then going to target our audience based upon things like location, age, and gender. And we can even do that specifically to a zip code if we want to. But then we're going to get into what we call the detailed targeting. We're going to look at the demographics, their interests, what their behaviors are online, so that we can really match our buyer persona. This is an example of a Facebook ad, and when we do that, we are also going to put out on our website what Facebook calls a tracking pixel. No, this isn't a dot on the computer screen, it's a little piece of code, and we're going to add that to our website. We are going to put in tracking code for retargeting ads with AdRoll as well, and there is a really cool WordPress plugin called Insert Headers and Footers, and with that you can just take your pixel code and paste your Facebook pixel into the header and your AdRoll pixel into the footer. And then you're going to go out and you're going to create multiple sizes of ads that can then be placed around the internet. These retargeting, or some people call them remarketing ads, Then once somebody has clicked onto your website, they get pixeled and the ads start to follow them all around the internet, showing up on sites even like USA Today. You can see here Showplace Cabinetry and U.S. Airport Parking are both clients where their ads are showing up on other sites as you move around the internet. Now, as I said, the goal here is to not necessarily get them to buy something, but to get them on your email list. So when they click on your ads, you want to give them an offer that will get them to give their email address to you, because email marketing is still the best way to stay in contact with your customers. So what have we learned so far? You need to create dynamic, personalized content. You need to identify your ideal customer avatar and then create your content specifically for that ICA. And you want to cope, create once and publish everywhere. So are you ready to make this magic happen in your business? Let me tell you a short story here. Nobel laureate Richard Feynman once asked his Caltech students to calculate the probability that if he walked outside of the classroom, the first car in the parking lot would have a specific license plate, say CZNA74. Assuming every number and letter are equally likely and determined independently, the students estimated that the probability would be less than 1 in 17 million. When the students had finished their calculations, Dr. Feynman revealed that the correct probability was 1. He had seen this license plate on his way into class. Something extremely unlikely is not unlikely at all if it's already happened. And that's the way it is with learning how to build and manage a high-performing website. It's already been done, and I'm going to show you the exact magic. Let's listen to someone else talk about the products that I have to offer.
Hello, I'm Jason Jeffs, founder and CEO of Successful Lives Unlimited. You just had the opportunity to take in some of Greg Jameson's amazing tips and tools. I know Greg did a great job today, didn't he? Matter of fact, I want everybody in the room that got at least one good aha. Raise your hand right now. Go ahead, everybody, raise your hand. Raise your hands. All right, great job, Greg. Maybe that's why some very smart people like James Malinchak, Joel Kahn, Dr. Joe Orr, Ken MacArthur, Andrea Ball, and so many others have endorsed Greg's book and product. Success leaves clues. By now you know that Greg absolutely knows what he's talking about. And today, you've got just the tip of the iceberg. Greg has so much information to share with you. He's put together an incredible product he's making available for you today. And the very good news is, it's very affordable. But let me tell you, it's not right for everybody. Yep, it's only right for the smart souls in the room who really want to get a great return on their investment. I discovered in my public speaking career that there are two types of people in the room right now. Those that are cost-oriented and those that are ROI-oriented. Those return on investment people are the ones that are asking themselves the number one smart business question, and that is, will my investing in this product produce more income than what I paid for it? That's the only question you should be asking yourself right now. Let me answer that astute question with absolutely positively, you're going to get a great return on your investment. Greg is so confident that you're going to really benefit from the content you'll receive when you invest in this program. He guarantees it. He'll explain the details for you. Let me ask you one final question. Do you like to sell? Are you an amazing salesperson? If the answer is no, like 95% of the world, then you absolutely have to invest in Greg's product right now. Are you ready for the big call to action? Good. My colleague Tony Robbins once said, there is one common trait that all highly successful people possess. They are action takers. So if you're a successful business person, the answer is simple. It's a yes to investing in great product.
Okay, so I've got a question for you. Have I given you some value today? Have I earned the right to share with you what else I have to offer? I really hope so, and that you'll stick with me here. As I explained to you what I just did, I used what's called an influencer. Actually, several, as Jason mentioned others. This is just one more technique you're going to learn when you sign up for Web Stores University. I've learned a lot over the past 2 decades, going through trial and error, attending seminars and webinars, reading books, taking classes, and generally educating myself. It's now time for me to share my knowledge, and it isn't going to cost you $200,000 to learn everything that has taken me decades. In fact, you'll get all my experience in as little as 6 weeks. When it comes to learning how to master your own destiny in the online world, you have lots of choices. You can do it yourself, learning from a variety of online sources, including YouTube and lots of trial and error. And the truth is, you don't need more content, although I'm going to provide you with plenty of that in Web Stores University. What you need is a way to get from where you are now to where you want to be fast. It's like the difference between driving a Peel P50 or driving a Tesla Roadster. What you really need is a safe place to learn while getting results quickly. I'm going to give you that too, as you will have direct access to me and the other students in this class. Now, before I tell you about the program, you remember COPE, creating once and publishing everywhere? Well, these are some of the products that are actually available on my website. And there is a really sweet little plugin called Facebook for WooCommerce. This is actually put out by Facebook. And it allows you to take your online store that you're seeing there and sell directly on Facebook. This is that same store inside of my Facebook page. This is just one more of the many things that you're going to learn in Web Stores University. You don't need to finish all the lessons and learn everything to benefit from the courses at Web Stores University. But you do need to have a framework that will allow you to build and maintain your own website. And that's the goal of Web Stores University. Not to be the next Greg Jameson or some other tech guru, but to provide you with the tools to run your own online business in a safe environment to experiment and learn. The screen you see up here is actually what the Web Stores University page looks like. You can see that we've got different courses up here on WordPress, WooCommerce, and Internet Marketing, a button to view the next live course, and being able to get to various other resources. Look, I get it. You want to make candy, candles, jewelry, or belt buckles. You may even consider yourself a technophobe who doesn't know much when it comes to making money online. But you are a master at what you do, and you want to be able to update your website without relying on others, or at least understand the process well enough that if you do decide to hire someone to help you, that you'll know what's going on. Most of the people that have enrolled in Web Stores University are small businesses that struggle with the same things that you do. Getting people to their website, making sure their site is fast and that it doesn't break, making sure that their site is easy to use for their customers, selling products at both wholesale and retail and keeping the transactions separate, having to keep up with the constantly changing laws on collecting sales tax or the changes imposed by Google and Facebook, dealing with competition from big box stores moving in on one side and online companies like Amazon pressuring you from the other side, and being able to accept various payment methods while keeping shopping cart costs under control. You want your site to be simple and functional, and it should be. I get it. I've been through this process with hundreds of business owners, many of whom have been frustrated by the ever-changing technology and getting burned by web design firms and other online marketing gurus that can't keep up. Or perhaps you don't even have a website yet because you aren't sure how to get started. If any of these things sound like you, I promise I can help. I'm going to leave you with one more little bit of information here, teaching you one more thing. I love to teach, and I'm going to keep teaching you here right to the end of this, that most experts aren't going to tell you this, and that is that you always want to create a child theme. This allows you to make changes to create something unique to you, and you can do this utilizing a plugin called the Child Theme Configurator. You don't even have to know the technical stuff behind it. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that when you register for WebStores University. Look, I can help. WebStores University isn't just another online course. It's a complete program that includes me as your personal instructor. Sure, you get hours and hours of pre-recorded how-to videos. You get an online knowledge base and reference materials. But you also get a community of like-minded entrepreneurs and live instruction. Most importantly, you get results. Here's the way it works. Just like signing up for a class at college, you register and pay for the program that you want. Class then starts on a specific date and time, and you're encouraged to attend the live classes. Unlike college, however, the courses are recorded, so you can go back and watch them again and again at your convenience, as well as any of the pre-recorded lessons. I'm a learner as well as a teacher. You're going to get weekly live video instruction and interaction. You'll be able to interact with the other students in the class. And you're going to get results. These are actual student examples of people that have been through my course. Let's listen to one of those students.
Hi, I recently took the WordPress 1, 2, and 3 courses with Greg Jameson, and I have to say I'm so glad I did so. I would have been floundering around in the dark trying to start with WordPress from scratch, and Greg walked our whole class through it from day one, setting up WordPress, all the way through having a beautiful and functional e-commerce site. I recommend it for anybody who's trying to do their first WordPress site, or someone who wants to upgrade the look and feel and functionality of their existing WordPress site. Greg is full of great e-commerce ideas for marketing, for getting clients, and those are sprinkled throughout the course where you learn about how to set up your WordPress site. So it's a multi-functional class. I'm also reading Greg's book, Amazon's Dirty Little Secrets, which Greg shows you how any size e-commerce merchant can use the secrets that Amazon uses to make their site so successful. So Greg offers many advantages if you are starting out in e-commerce, and I highly recommend taking the courses.
This is an example page of what you will see inside of the pre-recorded lessons. So you can see here that you're going to get various video lessons during the pre-recorded stuff, various links, and you can go back to see those whenever you want to. Example of another one of the pre-recorded lessons. You're going to get a continually growing knowledge base. So basically, you can ask a question up here and search the knowledge base and get to the exact piece of information that you're looking for. You get priority email access. This is for currently enrolled students only. You can fill out the form, send a message, and I respond to those messages personally and as quickly as possible. And you get a private group on Facebook that allows you to go in and interact with the other students as frequently as you want to. I look at this Facebook group myself. It is a secret group. The only way that you can get in is by enrolling in this class. So you're going to get a ton of great ways of learning. And like I said, you're going to get results. But my courses are not for everyone. Most of my clients are Gen X and baby boomers who are smart business owners who may employ younger generations to actually work on their websites, but who want to know enough to manage them. These courses are not designed as a get-rich-quick scheme, but they're loaded with real practical and actionable advice that allows you to run a profitable and sustainable online shop. If you want to control your own destiny, then these courses are for you. I want to help you reach your online goals. When you choose one or more of the courses offered here, I will be with you every step of the way. You deserve my best, and that is what I deliver in these courses. Let's listen to what another student has to say.
Hello, everybody. I'm here to give a shout out and a recommendation to Greg Jameson and his WordPress classes. So if you're looking to take a series of WordPress classes, you don't have to look any further. Greg Jameson has an outstanding amount of experience creating and maintaining WordPress websites and has been running his own business for years. Greg actually uses many of his live websites for examples and samples throughout our classes. Greg's class is structured and organized for both the beginner and the more experienced computer professional. It provides a really great overview and sort of a survey of what WordPress is all about, from its simplest concepts to its more complex concepts and subjects, and how to customize many things in WordPress. We've had a lot of hands-on experience in our WordPress classes. Like I said, he uses a lot of his live websites as examples. We've gone over themes, child themes, many plugins, WooCommerce, and just to touch on the commerce aspect a little bit, security, all the subjects that you would worry about if you were in the business of creating and maintaining websites yourself. I personally am taking the classes just for that purpose, and I believe that I now have the confidence and the tools to start out on that endeavor, where I might actually find a customer or two and fix or create a website for them. And that's all I have to say today. Thanks, Greg. Your experience just shows through. Your class is great. Hello, everybody.
Okay, it's time for you to take charge of your website. As you can see here, it's more than just videos. This is real-world help and advice. I actually have 3 different courses that are offered as part of WebStores University. One is on WordPress, one is on e-commerce, and one is on internet marketing. You can choose 1, 2, or all 3 courses depending upon what your needs are. Here's actually what's included. You get real-time live videos with live instructor interaction for 6 weeks, and that's per course. So 6 weeks for WordPress, 6 weeks for WooCommerce, 6 weeks for internet marketing. You get the pre-recorded video lessons that you can go back and refer to whenever you want to. You get the extensive knowledge base to quickly find the answers to any questions. You get email access to me, your instructor. And you get lifetime online community and reference library at WebStores University. And lifetime access to the private Facebook group. You get all of this when you sign up for WebStores University. And as a bonus, I'm actually providing free hosting during the live portion of the class. This is going to save you money and let you get started quickly, even if you don't have a website. Essentially, you get a student experiment area as part of the course where you can go in and you can try the things out that we're talking about in the class. You're going to get audio recordings of all the lessons so that you can listen to them in your car, which can save you time even if you can't get on the live conferences. And at the end, when you complete all 3 courses, you're going to get a certificate of completion. So this is a certificate program. So here's how you register. It is now open. Registration is now open at webstoresuniversity.com. Just go there, sign up, and register. The registration closes on midnight, February 6th. So you want to make sure that you sign up before midnight on February 6th. And classes will then start on February 7th. We will post where those classes are going to be when you sign up and how you can get on them live. So what's your investment? People are going to want to know this. How much is it actually going to cost? Well, you've got 2 different options. Option 1 is that you have a one-time payment of $997 for any one course. Or you can sign up for all 3 courses, the WordPress, e-commerce, and internet marketing courses, and pay only $1997. That's a savings of $1,000 if you get all 3 courses. Option 2 is a payment plan. And basically what you do is you pay $97 down today and then just $97 per month for 11 more months. Or if you want to do all 3 courses on a payment plan, you pay $197 down today and $197 a month for all 3 courses. Look, when you consider that the average cost to set up a basic WooCommerce website is $6,361 according to BizTech, investing in the complete set of courses is really a no-brainer. Not only are you going to walk away with a functioning website, you're going to know how to run and manage that website and take control of it yourself. As you can see, my goal was not just to make this the best set of online courses out there, but the very best value. This course is a steal at $997, but with the monthly payment plan, it's literally a no-brainer for anyone running a WordPress website. And that's the point. I want you to take advantage of this offer today so that you don't have to waste 2 decades learning this material like I did, or spending money on courses that don't work. When you have successfully completed all the lessons and received a passing grade on the quizzes, you get a certificate of completion ready for framing. And of course, each course is backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Now I'm going to sweeten the pot here a little bit. If you pay in full today, whether it be for a single course or all 3 courses, I'm going to give you physical copies of 2 of my best-selling books, The Influencer Effect and Amazon's Dirty Little Secrets. And I'm going to give you this really cool t-shirt that says, "Take charge of your website," with the virtual reality cyberpunk superhero. So again, I really encourage you, go to webstoresuniversity.com, sign up today, take advantage of this. if you pay in full, you get these additional bonuses. I'm going to go on this journey with you. I want to be your guide. Let's listen to what one more student has to say.
Hi, I just completed Greg Jamison's WordPress class, and I would definitely recommend the course as a tool for increasing your knowledge of e-commerce, the use of WordPress, and WooCommerce. Greg Jamison has demonstrated that he's an expert in the field of e-commerce, and his own personal knowledge has increased my knowledge of the subject.
I want to conclude with a final quote here from Seth Godin again, that if you hesitate to map out your future, to make a big plan or to set a goal, you've just gone ahead and mapped out your future anyway. Look, I don't want you to hesitate. I want you to take advantage of this today. So please go to webstoresuniversity.com, register today, and I look forward to having you in my classes.